Nuvanna Mattress. We've got a lot of great information to share with you today. We're going to talk about who we think should give this mattress a try. We'll do some tests for you. We'll actually pressure mat the mattress as well to show you exactly how good the pressure relief is. Before we get to all that, we'll talk about the construction and we'll take a look at the inside of the foams. Alright, let's get started. So first up, we'll look at the construction. So it starts off with a removable Tencel cover. Tencel is a more breathable fabric that's going to allow for better airflow, which ultimately helps the mattress sleep cooler. The first layer of foam is what they call the Ascension layer, and that's 2 inches of adaptive 3-pound foam that uses a phase change gel particles that are kind of swirled within there. It's designed to help move heat away from the body. The second layer is what they call the equilibrium layer, and that is a 2-inch layer of 4-pound open cell memory foam. And that foam is going to provide additional body conformance and pressure relief before you hit the foam core, which is a 6-inch, 1.8-pound foam core. So the overall thickness is 10 inches. Alright guys, so now that you know what the foams are, we'll just take a peek at how they look and how the foam response is on each layer. So this top layer, as you can see, has very fast response time, and you can see the little gel particles in here swirled throughout the foam. Those are designed to take heat and remove it from your body and disperse a little bit better than if you just had regular foam in the top layer. So that layer is very responsive. The second layer is the memory foam layer. That has more of a memory foam feel, so it's going to have a little slower reaction time. And then you have the foam core here. So let's just push down on this. We'll see how fast everything pops up. So the core and the top layer pop up almost immediately. And then the memory foam layer is going to be a little bit slower, but it's actually a pretty fast reacting memory foam. So overall, the foam response is going to make it very easy to adjust positions. You won't have a sinking feeling at all or a stuck feeling. I had to cut the fire sock here to show you the inside of the foam. I wouldn't recommend doing that. And then as you can see here, the cover is obviously removable and washable. Alright guys, so up first we're just going to talk about how it performed for us. I'm just going to simply lay down right now and we'll just talk about kind of what I'm experiencing. So right when you lay down on it, that top layer sinks in immediately, conforms nicely to your lumbar. You don't get kind of that sinking feeling at all. You have a little bit more of a floating feeling. But then you can feel when you hit that memory foam layer, so it feels real soft on top, and then once you sink in and hit that memory foam layer, you can feel an element of firmness underneath that top layer. So you don't sink in too far, and it feels nice on the lumbar. So feel-wise, I would give this about a 6.5 out of 10, with 10 being the firmest. So it's a good medium, maybe a little on the medium to medium firm side, just a tad more than a regular medium. On the back, it feels real nice. On my side, it is still soft enough with 4 inches of premium foams on the top where it conforms nicely on the side and shoulder. If you were a side sleeper 100% of the time, it should work for most of you. Some people might want something a little bit softer if you're side sleeping all the time. And it's certainly firm enough to sleep on your stomach. So I'm not getting a lot of lower back arch. Typically if your mattress is too soft and you're a stomach sleeper, that's where you can see a little bit of that lower back pain come in. So the overall feel of it, it has a nice unique feel. That top 2-inch layer, like I said, is very responsive, gives you kind of more of a floating feeling on top of that memory foam layer underneath. So the biggest thing is right when you lay down, like I said, you sink in immediately through that top layer. It conforms nice here under my lumbar. And then you definitely can feel that memory foam layer underneath. And it's a 4-pound memory foam, so it is a firmer memory foam, which is a good thing generally for longevity wise. The higher density foams are typically going to hold up better. So you feel nice and soft on top with a nice element of firmness underneath that. So up next, we'll take a look at motion transfer and bounce. So I've got my bottle there. We'll drop this anchor. So as you can see, there's very little movement, especially if you compare this to a traditional inner spring mattress. You're not going to feel your partner move around nearly as much as you would with a traditional inner spring. So I'll drop this again. It will give you a sense of the bounce. So as you can see, the anchor bounces up pretty nicely. So by having that responsive layer on the very top and the memory foam underneath, you still have very good bounce, which ultimately is going to make it easier to adjust positions and move around on the mattress, and then to not get a stuck feeling as you lay there. The next thing we're going to take a look at is the edge support. So edge support is important for especially those of you that are going to sleep on a full size or a queen size with 2 people in the mattress. With less space, you're going to be sleeping closer to the edges, and you don't want to get that roll out of the bed or ejected feeling. So we'll do a couple things here. I'm going to look at the edge support in the seated position. This uses a 1.8 pound foam core, so it's got the standard for the foam core is typically 1.8. The 4-pound memory foam above that, and then the top layer of soft foam above that. So the 4-pound memory foam will add an element of support as well as the foam core. So as I sit here, the top comfort layers are sinking in. I'm going into the foam core some too. So it's pretty average for edge support in the seated position. If I bounce really hard, I can bottom this out, but you shouldn't have any issues when your body weight is dispersed. With that said, potentially if you're like 280 pounds or more, I would maybe recommend looking for something that's either thicker or perhaps a higher bit or something. There's options on our website that are for heavier people that we recommend. So in the seated position, it's pretty average. I'm not real worried about the seated position, but we'll take a look at the laying position. I'll do 2 things here. I'll kind of lay on the extreme edge with even part of my shoulder and my hip hanging over. In this position, I'm obviously going to get a little bit of that ejected feeling, which I do. I'll be more realistic and move in a couple inches to where I would lay if I were laying with another person in this queen size mattress. Being a little more realistic and giving myself a couple inches, now I'm not getting that roll out of the bed feeling at all. My body is straight in line. I don't feel like I'm going to roll out of the bed whatsoever. So where it matters most for me is in that laying down position, and the Nuvanna performs just fine as far as edge support goes. So up next, we'll just briefly talk about temperature. So we have a thermal camera. I don't think it's going to do much for you guys if I just put my hand on there and we test it with the thermal camera. I'll just talk about the experience that I actually had while sleeping in the mattress. So the top layer of foam is a poly blend foam that uses those micro gel beads to help disperse heat. And the foam in general, that type of foam, isn't going to trap heat nearly as much as if you had that memory foam layer on the very top. So for temperature regulation, this performed pretty well. I didn't have any excess heat build up where I was laying, and we didn't get excessively hot at all in the mattress. So overall, it should work good for any of you out there that do sleep extremely warm. I am kind of a firm believer that no matter what the cooling element is in the mattress, eventually if you're laying there for 4, 5, 7 hours, the mattress is going to kind of equalize to close to your body temperature. But some foams like this are going to help disperse heat a little bit better than, like I said, if memory foam was on the very top layer. So you shouldn't have any issues with getting overly hot on the mattress. Another thing, you don't have a ton of sinkage, so more of your body is exposed to the air, which also helps. If you have a mattress that has a lot more body hug, you're obviously going to have more heat get trapped into the foams. Alright guys, so up next we're going to pressure map the mattress. I've got my pressure mapping device here, connects up to the tablet. As you can see, when I push down, it will show the body imprint and the pressure. So the more red we see, the more pressure is pushing back up on my body. So I'm going to lay down in all 3 sleeping positions. I'm going to screenshot the results as they're happening, and then we'll put those together side by side, and I'll go over them on my computer. So we'll go ahead and get started. Alright guys, so now we'll talk about the pressure mapping results. So first of all, with 10-inch mattresses, it's really hard to get the right feel without the mattress feeling too firm and without the mattress being able to bottom out very easily. Nuvanna's done a very good job here. The mattress doesn't bottom out very easily, but yet it's not too firm either. So being that it is on the medium to medium firm side, they've done a good job with the layering here to still provide good pressure relief, but still maintaining kind of a firmness to the mattress. So as you can see here on my stomach, I compared this to a Sleep Inc. traditional innerspring mattress with kind of the same type of medium to medium firm feel. And you can see without that coil system in there, you've got less force pushing back up. On the Nuvanna, on my stomach, you have less red showing through on my chest. On my back, there's less red showing through on my tailbone area. And then on my side, there's less red showing through on the rib area. It's about the same on the hip. It's a little bit better, I guess. And then, but definitely less red showing through on the rib area. So overall, I can conclude that they've done a good job with having the layering here still provide good pressure relief while still maintaining kind of a medium to medium firm feel. So overall, it performs pretty good with pressure relief. Alright guys, so here's some other information you'll probably want to know if you're considering this mattress. Price, trial, and warranty. So it starts off with a twin at $550, twin XL $600, fulls for $790, queens $890, kings and California kings for $950. So it's priced pretty well, and depending upon what they have going on, there's $50 to $150 off coupons. See our site for those coupons. We'll have the latest and the most discount available showing up on our website. They have a 10-year warranty, a 100-night sleep trial, and free shipping and free returns. 100-night trial, so you have plenty of time to give the mattress a try to see if it's right for you. Alright guys, so up next we're just going to talk about who I think should give this mattress a try, who I think might like it, and who I think might not like it. So first of all, you need to be somebody that likes a medium to medium firm feel. So it's just a tad firmer than what you would consider right in the middle. Having the soft foam on top with a 4-pound memory foam right underneath. Once you hit that memory foam, it feels pretty firm underneath, but it's pretty soft on the very top. So next, if you're somebody that likes to have good bounce and have that more of a floating feeling on top with not as much body hug or sinkage, and then having that memory foam feel underneath. If you're somebody that thinks you might like that versus having more sinkage and body hug, this could be a good option for you. If you're somebody looking for better motion reduction, being an all-foam mattress, you are not going to have that motion transfer nearly as much as you would on a traditional innerspring. And then next, it slept nice and cool. We didn't have any issues with getting overheated. If this were to have the memory foam layer on the top, traditional memory foam, not a gel-infused memory foam, the mattress would have slept a lot warmer than it did. But having that 2-inch performance poly layer with the gel beads, it definitely helped it sleep cool, and that type of foam will disperse heat very efficiently. So some people that might not want this mattress, I would say heavy people. Being a 10-inch mattress, it performs pretty good. It doesn't bottom out extremely easy. However, for heavier sleepers, we've got some other recommendations on the website if you head over to mattressinsiders.com. So some other people that might not like the mattress are those of you that are looking for more of an enveloped, more body hug, and more body conformance. You sink in and it's got pretty good conformance on the top. That memory foam layer underneath is pretty dense, so you don't get a ton of sinkage or body hug. So if you're looking for really good body conformance, you might want to look somewhere else. Otherwise, if you are looking for something very soft, like we've already discussed, it's not a super soft mattress. It's a good medium to medium firm feel. So overall, our experience on the Nuvanna was very pleasant. We didn't have any huge complaints at all. The mattress performed nicely in all the areas that we look into for these reviews. So I think it's a good option for any of you out there to at least consider. You're going to have the trial period. I think the price is very